going into the breach. That's Chrono used, and they get a fair trade.
And they get the level 12 now in Gion because of the kill. So he actually has level 2x, so this Roche is going to die quite a lot faster.
I mean, it's going to die very quick, and no Chrono, no Black Hole. There's no way Secret's going to be turning up for this Roche camp. Best they can do is look for a tier 1 tower trade down bottom. But again, a trade that into the breach, 19 minutes in with their lineup, they'll be very, very happy.
Yeah, that was pretty ideal. I was looking, I was like, they can do Roche, but it's only level 1x, so bam, he gets the level 2, so they get it secured for free. Nisha does have Aghanims now finished, so in the next situations, instead of a single Sunstrike, the Cataclysm will probably come in with Zayats to get these pickoffs. But a big move into the breach. Even though they keep losing Supreme, they're getting some pretty solid farm and getting this, at least some map control.
Literally quite the setup here so far in this game. 20 minutes in, 1k gold difference between the two teams. A matchup, maybe like some of the previous ones that people had expectations in terms of a team, you know, being able to just stomp the other. That's not going to happen here. Whatever happens, this is going to be a close one on our hands.
Yeah, Ari already has Blink Dagger on Pango now too, so now they actually have ways to start fights a little bit easier. Their fight starting was kind of awkward before, so maybe now they could actually pick off on the side lanes here, but Secret, they are going to start getting some ultis back up soon. 40 seconds for Black Hole. So let's see, into the breach. They're also right now just chilling. Got Prophet ult on cooldown.
Yeah, they're close to the Blink Dagger on attacker.
Yep, Supreme halfway to Ags. A slow down period for their Exo to come back, but that also, you know, same thing. Goes both ways. Now Exo, or Black Hole as well as Chronosphere are going to be back up very soon. Secret, they're playing all 3 lanes, so that kind of says the way that they want to play this game. Very farm heavy. And I do want to point out also, the Dagger of Ristul was what allowed Crystals to have enough damage inside that Chronosphere.
Oh, we did pop the active.
We did pop it.
Because we're seeing some players forget to, or at least not opt to sometimes, but indeed. I mean, that would have been one of those situations. If he didn't get the kill because he didn't pop it, it wouldn't have looked great.
I was watching. No,
you were ready. You're ready to call them out. Yeah.
So many people just aren't using it. I've watched. So I always try to keep track of some of these newer items.
You guys smoke up here from into the breach, ready to play aggressive. But there's 3 minutes of Aegis left on attacker.
Exo at the ready in 5 as well too. If they get a catch, they could potentially turn it into a tower.
This is into Black Hole and Chronosphere.
It is. It's always going to be a little bit of a tough game playing into these two, and it's a BKB Black Hole too now.
Yeah.
Rezo, Zayats, they get broken.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower
under the cover of his Sentry Ward. Knows that he's fine, and indeed they won't get the jump. In fact, it's going to be Otarga that gets the jump. He's in straight away onto Resolution. Resolution pops the BKB in an attempt to get away. Supreme jumps from the Astral Step. Rezo's having to use this BKB to run. He's going to turn. Oh, somebody dead. He instantly has to stop it. There's the Chronosphere, though. Catching the 3 Cataclysm comes crashing down. Otaka taken out as well as Ari. Kadara tries to hold his ground. The freezing field turns towards Puppey. Will die, but Puppey loses his life in return. Chris is able to get the Time Walk off in time to escape underneath the tier 2, but into the breach. Try and dive this. Doesn't look like it. They won't dive further. Now we have a 2 for 2 plus Secret taking out the Aegis, of course, the hands of attacker, but it does cost Secret. They had to use both of their big ults, and again, but we didn't really see the Black
kind of like another ult as well. But.
That's true, with the cooldown that it has, certainly. So, all things said and done, into the breach, they're not going to feel too shaken up walking out of that one.
I agree. They didn't even pop Exorcism, so they'll have it for this next upcoming fight if they'd like to smoke and battle, which I think is a pretty good option versus no Black Hole, no BKB, no Chrono, no kind of anything on the side of Secret. Rezo, 2 times now, kind of like hesitating. Like he was playing around with the idea. I saw them kind of walking up. I saw him drop the Midnight Pulse, but then he just Black Hole's an instant cancels it, so.
Yeah, because that was sort of his own decision on that one, to cancel it. There was nothing that caught him. It was very much, I want a Black Hole, hang on, I don't. You know. Sometimes it's hard to make your mind up.
Yep, some indecisiveness for sure. Hurting Secret quite a lot.
Goodbye. Oh, and Resolution will put a stop to that. And with TP's coming in, Jibe looking very dead. I mean, that was a little bit of a cheeky move there. Maybe it will pay off. Maybe the big brain play here, baiting Secret far out on the lane so the rest of the team can come in and clean up kills. But we'll see if they can do exactly that into the breach. See if they can find them. Catch Zayats in the tree, so they'll get 1 hero out of this. Won't get anything more. The rest of Secret have been able to split and escape.
And Nisha already playing ahead of the lane, avoiding that kind of kill. And also, something interesting to point out, like, it's not always an item that you go for in Enigma, of course, but in this game, I actually thought that he was going to finish up the Vessel. Again, just they prioritize Blink and BKB. But you can definitely see like arguments versus like Death Prophet, Pudge, even Pango. Very good Vessel game. I think maybe he doesn't want to waste that kind of gold on it, but
sure. Yeah,
I guess it's like the Blink BKB refresher and everything this game. I can of course see why. It's like we win this game late game, so
exactly.
that's probably what he's just thinking.
Yeah, I think so. And also that, oh my goodness, I can't get these black holes off early. I need a BKB.
Yeah, for sure.
Rezo, he wants to be hitting the flashy ultimates. He doesn't want to be the guy who drops the black hole after a millisecond cast. He wants to come in with a big 5-man.
Step it up, man.
I mean, he's got time. He said that this is the reason why they play for the late game. Gives them more minutes to perform.
Smoked up. They've got Kata and Chrono. Black hole still cooldown, but this is the big one.
And they did see this.
Ooh, Rezo. His smoke got broken though, so he knows somebody's in the area.
Oh yeah, Ari's been very, very sneaky. A very nice spot there to sort of dispel it.
Yeah, and then he puts even a ward down afterwards. Nicely done. Void Spirit now has Eggs, so he can actually trip up a lot of the combos. Nisha does have BKB though, so it's gonna be harder to go for him.
Can they kill this push?
Taker, he is quite alone.
Back up on the way, but it's going to take some time. Try and stand his ground with a Dismember, but yeah, nothing he can do to pretty much the entirety of Secret's lineup, apart from Puppey. Just watch from a distance.
Alacrity Void. No way you're going to survive there. It's just Pudge without any backup.
Time to push now for Secret. Still got their ultimates.
40 seconds with all ults. BKB on the Invoker, so he's safe versus this Void Spirit as well. BKB on Crystallis, so he's safe too. A fight for the breach upcoming here.
Bottom tower's under attack. That force field leads me to believe
that they won't be interested in defending.
Middle tower is under attack.
Zayt's even scouting. There's a deep ward behind tower.
Secret actually going to pull back from this.
Oh,
but they will. They don't want to put too much attention onto that tier 2 right now. They'd rather split the map. Get some pressure back up on the top lane.
Looks like they're anticipating someone making a move up here to clear the wave. And they're probably right on that front. Supreme is already making his way up.
We'll see what Supreme can do if he wants to set something here, because, you know, Taker's TPing over.
He saw the Alacrity put on the Forge Spirit, so he knows Invoker's up here.
I mean, they're going to know as well the Secret's fairly split across the map right now. So not a bad time to strike. Arcane Rune at the ready. Secret seemingly aware, at least Rezo is. He's out of the lane, and Nisha, he'll stay hidden in the trees.
Still chilling a bit here. Sentry down from Ari on the retreat position.
That's pretty, yeah, that's smart.
That's pretty big brain. He knows, look at the circle.
I was going to say, again, Nisha, he's playing outside of the lane.
He really wants the Midas, though.
He does. Does the Midas temptation get the better of him?
Let's see. I mean, Ari's still here, but he's got no backup anymore.
Yeah, maybe on his own, Ari really can't mess with him too much.
And now Rezo kind of makes his way back over, maybe thinking something's up. And the rest of the team is pretty close by. That was pretty close. I mean, I love these little things that you can see happening between the game. Definitely some nice understanding from both teams.
That's a smart placement from Ari, from sentries to officers.
Yeah,
that one in sort of radiant half the map we saw earlier as well. That's not going to get taken away anytime soon. Because of course they did deward the one that spotted them smoking. They're not going to necessarily expect him to have immediately placed that other one a little further south after that move.
Yeah, the breach almost having a double BKB timing. That Prophet Punch very close to theirs. I wanted to wait for
we're going to see here straight away. I mean, Supreme jumps in, no hesitation from Crystallis to slam down Chronosphere to get that kill.
He has chronoed him exclusively this entire game, I think, right? Actually straight bullying.
That's how you deal with a Void Spirit, you know.
Invisibility.
Exactly. Well, look at the potential for Roshan Secret. No chrono, of course, for themselves.
They kill it pretty fast.
Taker's got his BKB done. If they can get here in time, they should fight this.
He should have 0 mana.
I mean, Kadari's just walking in kind of on his own. Now the backup's coming over. Roshan, Kadari's going to get in the pit. Everyone's trying to disrupt this. Roshan getting very low resolution. He's going to drop the black hole. Make sure that he can hold back and Taker, and indeed make sure Crystallis can still pick up the Aegis. Now Secret, but they want to keep the fight going though. Jimmer's got the BKB, turns over towards Crystallis. Crystallis is able to get the time walk off in time though. Protecting that Aegis out to the side. Resolution will tick down low to the vessel. He's trying to heal out in return, but Ari's in to finish off the job. Jumps forward with the 3-man shield crash. Excellent swashbuckle over the two of them as well. They might just be able to still take this fight against Secret. Chrysalis is back up, but an immediate silence to Jimmy catches him into the frostbite. He can't time walk anywhere. They may have got the Roshan, they may have got the Aegis, but without a shadow of a doubt, into the breach, they take the team fight, and on top of it all, they'll find the captain, Puppey, hiding in the trees, hunted down by Ari and the Rolling Thunder. It's 4 dead on Secret.
Great execution of fight of just running in. I'm not sure if someone maybe, I didn't see if anyone pinged it out, but Misha had 0 mana, Owen. 100 mana to start the fight. He threw an Alacrity, and that's it. He literally had nothing else. He kind of just had to watch the fight from the outside.
Yeah, not the flashiest of team fights from Nish Boca. When DG got that mana up, and that situation, maybe a bit of a lapse of judgment outside of a pretty perfect game from him.
Now he literally just used everything, right? He has, I'm sub 100 mana, 120 mana when the whole like CM jumps in and the Pudge jumps him and bites him. You see the mana regenerating afterwards, but Secret was kind of on full retreat trying to get away from them because of that. So a great fight, again, into the breach, making this game competitive. Even though it's still at an advantage, and you know, as we say, you know, the scaling on Secret is still crazy. Into the breach, finding their windows.
No, they really are. And then that's the thing. If we see them continue to do this as the minutes go on, it's going to become more and more impressive. Yeah. Because you know, one bad fight and suddenly, you know, if three plus heroes are getting caught in these chronos or these black holes, it's very easy to become game over. The fact is where they've got these sort of 2 late game ultimates that they can use in tandem, one in one team fight, one in the next. Gives them some more of a window to make sure that even with buybacks, it's going to be very hard for Into the Breach to deal with the threat of these spells later.
I see Supreme's already starting to, he's itemizing, he's like, screw this, I'm literally getting chronoed every fight. He's getting A on disc. So maybe this could trip it up a little bit. This is pretty cool. Bottom.
Jibek.
Whoa, initiating
get caught once again here. No struggle, no lack of damage from Nisha.
And he is, as we mentioned, lack of disables, he is going to go for that Hex. So they will have something to catch this Void Spirit once he does pick that.
Chase it from Ari, and he's going to be able to set that up for a taker. In with a hook, in with the kill.
Mid lane, Rezo.
Precious bump.
Just harassing.
I mean, I'd be interested to see how many members of Into the Breach do buy these Eon discs.
I think they probably want to get at least 2 and maybe even 3. I think CM, Pango, and Void Spirit at the least want to get it. I could argue even for Death Prophet, not the Puck.
Late mid, quick combo, takes away a hefty amount of damage, HP and a hefty amount of mana there.
Definitely not going to be at the ready to fight now in Supreme.
He's still kind of hanging around.
He showed.
He does want to start something, but it's very hard to do so. Those that Into the Breach are hovering around the trees, ready to fight back. They have Chronosphere online, but Black Hole, how long till that? 25 seconds. So shortly, Secret will be fully prepared to bring another team fight if they so choose to do so.
And they did get another bit of a timing. Nisha has hit level 20, and he buys the shard almost immediately as he does too. So
nice. Huge damage.
Huge damage, multiple meteors as well. So in Chronosphere, you can actually hit multiple targets easier with it as well, and reduce cooldown, etc. It's really nice to get this timing and buy shard at 20.
Absolutely. There's no longer sort of the need to combo the cooldown of the Chrono with the cooldown of the Cataclysm.
Exactly.
You've got the damage covered. As long as the BKBs don't come off in time from Into the Breach. I guess at the moment, it's just sort of the Pudge and the DP that are the big ones to worry about with regards to that.
And now Hex is done. So Void Spirit, his life's a lot harder, and he has to be quick with his unlocks if he does get
Chrono! Only going to catch Kadaro, and not for long. The Taker's in with the hook, and now we see a take. He's got Reza back in. He just goes up. He's able to find the Enigma straight on top of Resolution. Reza will use the Black Hole. Cataclysm coming in, but Taker's able to step out to the side. Secret, they didn't get the immediate kills out of this. They'll still bring down the Pudge, but maybe at a price. Arian with the 2-man Rolling Thunder, able to get the control as well around this cliff edge onto Chrysalis for the moment being. Chrysalis will manage to time, will come to the side. Still though, Arian Supreme, they're looking to chase down on this. Arian popped the shardage to try and survive, but Puppey's kind of cleaning up. The damage from the infant's standing up, he's taken out too. Chrysalis still alive, able to jump away once again. See Supreme opt to back off out of this one. But the hero's dead, not a fight that Into the Breach could afford to continue to take. And this time they'll be the ones getting cleaned up. 4 dead.
Oh my god, yeah, Puppey just did like most of the damage to that death prop. I'm waiting for this tab. Yeah, 3,800 from Impetus. Holy moly. What a fight. The Cataclysm actually ends up missing. I think the Black Hole maybe hold him in like a rotation where it didn't clip, but either way, fight beautiful from Secret. Chrysalis surviving throughout all of it, jumping back and forth, kind of kiting into the breach beautifully.
Now Secret Get a bit of a push out of this. We'll get a quick catch up on the replay once again. An awkward start for Secret, but definitely ended up working in their favor. Back in action, Nisha grabs another hang on.
It's a solo. Look at the damage. Meteor combo, man.
All right, Nisha, he's ready to turn up. He's ready to turn up and make these sort of moves. Quick hex and a quick kill there. Supreme not ready for that one, despite, of course, what the hex was indeed revealed in that last fight. He knew it was there.
Yeah, just didn't expect the solo play coming out from Nisha. As now Secret, even though they start the fight awkward, have fully found their footing. Their late game scaling draft, we're seeing, we kind of like saw these big ults, the way that they set them up constantly. It's a lot for Into the Breach to really play around these timings. As they're trying to play around it now, but it's only 20 seconds until Chrono's back up. They got to find his way.
See if they can find Crystalis. Yeah, but is the camp in time? Jumps away, full Scardy done. Now on the void.
Even tankier, also just easier ways to commit into Pudge and Death Prophet for sure. Very tanky now though, 2,500 HP. I don't know if they'll have the damage to kill him before he gets the jump offs constantly now.
It's going to be very hard to do so. I mean, we did see as well that last fight, even with suboptimal ultimates, it's still a very, very difficult team fight for Into the Breach to take 5v5.
It was like a, technically you could say, right? It was like a zero-man Chrono almost and a one-man Black Hole. Right?
It didn't really matter.
Didn't really matter.
That's going to definitely be a concern for Into the Breach, and just goes to show how difficult of a game this will end up being for them to play out as the minutes pass.
And how do they address, this Nisha issue that has kind of been prefaced for the entirety of this game? Is I've been watching Otaker in a couple of fights. He tried to blink bite him, but he has to solve the problem of the Invoker, the Enigma, and the Void. It's like, which core can he ignore? If he ignores the one of them, he just gets controlled by the other two. So it's really tough for this Pudge.
Here we go, ready to look for the fight. Secret. Crystal's leading the way with the threat of the Chronosphere. We'll see who they can catch. Science is going to look towards Jibe at the side. The BKB is off in time. Crystal will jump forward, looking for the bash. He's not quite yet ready to drop a Chrono for him. Over the side, into the breach. Actually going to get the jump over on towards Red, but still the BKB comes out with the Black Hole. Looks down the two, and then they kill Kadara. Now Al turn to look towards Supreme. They'll attempt to jump away, will simulate, will live here for now. And Otaker and Jibe haven't ended up being the easy kills that Secret may have hoped for. And they'll look to go back in. Cataclysm comes crashing down on Jibe, will kill him off. Once again, Puppey finding the opportunity to lay down the damage for the impetuses. And it's still into the breach, having a run. Zion, he'll look to chase this down, but Supreme catches him on the run and quick onto the hook with the thermal goes in. Will still die to the rock, but sets up for Secret to clean up the carry Pudge. Supreme, the only one to be able to make it out of there. You saw that Puppey, he was hungry, he was ready to try and find him on the high ground. Won't quite get him, but again, another team fight where things falling into place for Secret and just falling further apart here for Into the Breach.
Ooh,
yeah, they just, even though they lose Crystalis, Nisha still, like I said, there's too many cores to deal with. They have so much they can throw out at this point that, one just carries the other one if one does die early on. As Nisha, even saving Cataclysm for the end there with this Hex combo, and now has a full refresher, so we have two combos that we can look.
Really level 25. We'll see the start of this fight once again.
I guess what happened to Ari, to be honest with you, because I didn't think he got anything off on the Pango, right?
It was
just killed,
just completely destroyed by Nisha. They take that Pango out of the fight.
He's really important, honestly, and it's a couple fights where he's unable to really get anything off because he's just getting controlled.
So we saw, towards the end of the fight, a lot of survival on these heroes with the Pudge, the DP, Jibe, and Otaker, but not quite enough. Despite how long it took Secret to take them down, they still did end up taking them down.
Supreme has to be so careful. His Aeon Disc was still on cooldown. Nisha was hunting with his refresher.
Dude, I love this as well. Check this out. 37 minutes in. This man, he knows what he needs. He's still holding a Fairy's Trinket. He just wants that extra bit of damage.
Hell yeah. I mean, he didn't get the Vambrace, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of those situations. You probably won't see this on many other heroes. 37 minutes in, a tier 1 item being the item of choice. But at the moment, indeed, maybe some of these tier 4s that are going to come out are going to be the big ones.
Let's see if he gets Timeless Relic. That's what I'm looking for. Spell Prism or Timeless Relic. That's what he wants.
I mean, he's surely going to get one of them. The odds have got to be pretty good for finding one of those two items.
He's 25 as well, too. So now we have Radial Deafening Blast as well inside of these fights. And more difficult.
To find here, they get the jump, but it's immediate reaction there from Nisha. You saw Taker trying to get the setup, and Nisha just turns with the Hex. Still gets grabbed by the Dismember from Taker. Tries for the hook, but Nisha's away with the BKB. Secret, they will lose Zayax. Jump back in from Crystallis. Chrono down, he's caught the punch. Taker will fall. Rolling in, Ari also to get flipped by the edge of the Chronosphere. Black hole from Rezo will catch and lock down Jibe, but a Remnant will put it to a stop. Kadaro still alive as they're having to focus down the CM here. Jibe with the BKB, siphoning back up to pretty much a decent amount of HP. The fear from the side will go causing some issues for Crystal, but not enough. He's able to time walk out. Jibe's been surrounded. Secret, they'll take the fight once again.
My God, they're trying so hard to get, like Nisha, they're actually trying so hard to commit onto him, but he actually gets the refresh BKB off instantly, and the whole fight gets really awkward of them chasing. Secret able to finally hold their ground again, even though they get dove, and it's the Invoker who gets initiated on. He still survives.
I mean, that was just such a quick reaction there from Nisha with the Hex, right? So Taker was trying to sneak up on him. As soon as he's shown, immediate reaction from Nisha.
It was the refresh BKB that was also incredibly fast, too, right afterwards. As in the breach, they get pulled into a bit of a weird situation trying to go for this level 25 Invoker, also, as we saw there. 4 levels ahead of anybody else.
Straight away, Nisha. BKB and a Hex. He knew that Taker was going to go immediately for him.
And this from Ari was good, though. We see here, you're going to see how Nisha actually whipped his combo completely inside the Chronosphere, because Ari continues to roll on him. You'll see it right here. So the combo totally misses, but it ends up not mattering.
And that definitely saw the overall story at this point of the game. You miss a spell on Secret's lineup, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you've just got the tools around to sort of cover for any whip abilities. You have that lead now. We'll see what sort of a defense they can pull in from the high ground, but Supreme comboed once again by Nisha, just footsteps from his base.
Look at the damage from it. I mean, again, it's just the Meteor deafening blast combo. The Meteor does so much damage once you get this talent.
Absolutely, that kills the Void Spirit every time.
And the Fairy Trinket, you know, that's definitely making the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're considering this sort of large numbers of damage output, 5%, that's a big percent. See here, off the start of a defense, they can pull together. Ari trying to set things up, but not quite having the range there with the Hooker Taker.
No roll now for the fight. 60 seconds.
And Black Hole is up. Crystal is teasing with him underneath the tier 4s, jumping in and out with the Time Warp. Chrono also at the ready. Aegis on the Void, Cheese on the Enigma.
It's gone.
Secret.
Well, Ag's also on red zone, so pull in, it'll be there.
Dire's middle barracks are getting
See how much Secret are allowed to get out of this. They'll definitely clean up the mid racks. They can certainly stick around for more.
middle barracks are
It's so hard to fight into them with the big bubbles, big
Dire's
protection.
middle barracks are gone.
Pressure at the ready for Nisha. He's just holding on to it, waiting for a chrono.
And I've seen a ton of different realities, and let me tell you, this.
We'll see again that earlier quick kill. They tried for a hook save there, Taker, but not able to grab him.
You know, Morty,
She was flailing in the air from the setup from Nisha.
Oh, Radiant's
The breach, they've everybody up. But who's going to make the call? Who's going to make the move to try and start some sort of a play? He'll just drop the Chrono to catch out Supreme, but the disc out of hook will take Supreme out to the side. They're able to get back in with the Remnant, bring it down to Rezo. He's in, 3-man Black Hole here. The feature coming crashing down. 2 dead, 3 dead here on into the breach. The buybacks will come out. And the damage being done there as the range rounds comes to an end. They'll keep being aggressive in the breach. Can they? And they'll take this fight. They're in with the siphon. Jibe forcing back the 2 of them. Taker, they'll try and get on top of Nisha, but Nisha pops for a friend for a second, but later pushes back the pug. He'll just giving some safety for Nisha, allows him to get a time for him to jump ahead. Keep the snow will save the BTMs around. Also Taker out for 100 no buyback for him. Secret, they'll clean up the diebacks here, then into the breach, through into this attempt to hold off, as that is GG. Secret will take game 1 here, 42 minutes in.
And, you know, we prefaced it hoping for a Nisha show, and I think we got the Nisha show. He absolutely popped off this game, as expected on this Invoker. Amazing game. Rezo making up for a couple of those whiffs there in the early game, gets a 3-man Black Hole tier toward the end. Secret, there was like some win.